Hello and welcome to our introductory video for our June Class in a Box 2024. This is just a brief video to go over the contents and a few hints and tips before you get crafting with your box this month. So all of our Class in a Box are sent in this sturdy cardboard container, and I wrap the items inside. This one hasn't been because I'm just using it for demonstration purposes. Everything is wrapped inside a piece of plastic or polythene just to protect from any inclement weather. So in terms of contents, we have the obligatory chocolate. We have some ribbon. You have 2 sheets of instructions. So this is basically to give you the outline information for each of the cards that we're going to make. I do have much more detail on the videos, especially if there's any folding required or anything unique or different. So this will give you the initial measurements, tells you how to cut the card and what layers and things you require. So you can do the whole class just from the printed sheet. We then have a separate sheet that contains the main products that we've used and item numbers and prices, and then some QR codes that will take you to the resources page and also to my online shop. This information on the resources page is also updated, so if you need and I change anything or amend anything as I'm going along, then you can always find the latest instructions on our resources page, which is provided to you by email. We'll have a couple of sheets of thin basic white, and you can always tell the thin from the thick because I just trim a corner off the edge. So just so you can see that, hopefully. So if you have a corner off, you know that that particular one is thin basic white, and it just means you don't have to sit there trying to work out which is thick and which is thin. We've got some square envelopes this time and normal A6 sized envelopes, and then you've got a couple of separate packs this time. This particular small pack has got all the die cuts. It has the embossed backgrounds, so I've given you one with the So Swirly and one with the dotted circles. I'm not sure how much you can see the swirly one, maybe you can. So 2 different colours, so you can do 2 different sets. And then we have some embellishments, and we have the gold die cuts that you have that you can use with your cards. And what I've suggested for this particular one is that if you cut it in the middle and then space out, it looks like you've got 2 pieces. So you only actually need 2 to complete the class, but I've given you another 2 here. Some embellishments and then some frames that we're going to use and some circular die cuts. So that's those ones. This has come out of the centre of that frame, but it's not used in the class, so those are extras that you can use. I'll try and put this back very carefully. There we go. You've then got a selection of card. So this is for your card bases. You've got white, peacock and Lost Lagoon. Obviously you can use your own colour card as well. And then for this particular month we have a whole pack of frames and flowers papers, and I just want to show you the best thing I think to do when you're doing the class, because I do refer to different parts of the papers. So bear with me while I open this up. I'm going to pop these away so somebody isn't disappointed that there's something missing in their pack. So normally you will get 12 half sheets of 12 by 12 paper, put that one aside because that's going to reflect. So you have some assorted sheets. So you have 6 of these, so 3 of these and 3 of these. This is the same sheet cut in half, and you can use whichever side of those you want. Then we have this sheet which contains the frames. So you can either keep it as is, I've just folded it over, or you can pull all of the frames out. So one of the cards uses the frame, so you could use this one here. I just pop out the middle. So you could use that frame there. You could use this one here, again pop out the middle, or this one here. So your choice, and then these you can use as backing in place of the papers, and then you've also got this long strip here that you can use. Okay, so when I refer to the frames, this is what I'm talking about. When I refer to the white frame, that is the one that I die cut separately and showed you before. And then these are all of the elements that come with that pack of paper. And if I just show you what I think it'll be helpful for you to do, I'm not going to get out the tiny little pieces, but we have some different styles of wreath, and we have lots of foliage, and there's some little flowers here that pop out. So my recommendation, unless you want to follow exactly as I've done, is to split these elements out. And then we've got a frame with an element for stamping. Oh, let's move that, sorry. It's not very clever on that surface. Let me just pop a darker card behind. So you've got frames that have space for stamping an image, sentiment, and that. And then we have all of these foliage pieces. Now, I don't use all of these in the card design, so you'll have plenty left over. So my recommendation is that you just split these up into the wreath shapes. You could have the leaves and foliage separately. You also got these corners, and then we've got these that have the area for stamping. So there's another wreath there, and then this one you could use. And then there's another one, and there's another little frame with the area for stamping. And then all of these are flowers and die cuts that you can use to embellish any of those cards. So I recommend, before you start, is to separate these out. If you know which ones you want to use and your piece is still fairly intact, then you can just pick it out. But there's 3 of those, and there's 5, I think, of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can use any of those that will fit the bill for your particular cards. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the whole crafting session, but this is just an introduction. It does help for you, hopefully, to know which bits are which. And as I say, you could also separate these pieces out if you wanted to into separate frames. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the class. If you missed the class this time round, not to worry, you can catch our July class shortly. And if you have any questions or comments, just let me know. Thank you so much. Bye for now.